So I think it's safe to say that everyone is sick of Karen. There's a bunch of these types of videos of women doing stuff like this in like Starbucks, and it's brutal.
Thank you.
So luckily,
Just had my first Karen encounter. Lady called the cops because some kids were playing in a bouncy house and they were screaming too loud, like, okay, Karen.
the cops are tired of it as well. I've seen several police officers online talking about how annoying it is to have these, you know, Karens calling and outraged and wanting action, and there's this racial element to it as well a lot of the time. And I remembered dealing with this when I was a police officer, and saw some officers with a fantastic way to manage it. Like I can think of one instance in particular where you'd get a call for a service, and it would be like a suspicious person, and the details of the call would be there's a, it's 3:30 in the afternoon, and there's a black male 16 to 17 years old with a backpack walking through the neighborhood. And you're like, well, school just got out, so 16 to 17-year olds, they walk home from school all the time, and they may have a backpack. Other than that, what information do you have that he's engaged in some type of criminal activity? So you get those types of calls, and sometimes, there was something to it. They were, someone was looking somewhere. There was something that someone had indicated. Sometimes it was just like pretty obvious that the only reason that Karen was calling the cops was because the person walking through the neighborhood was like brown or black, and it scared them. So they called the police and they wanted something done. And when you get a call over the radio and you're in a patrol car, you respond. That's what you do. It's citizen driven. It's not the police all the time that make the decision on who gets contacted and who doesn't. So sometimes you get a call over the radio saying, hey, I want you to contact this person in my neighborhood, and then contact me and let me know what's going on. But sometimes it's just obvious that there's maybe just a racial motivation behind it. I can think of one officer who was a conservative officer, and one time I heard him, a call came out over the radio, and he got dispatched to it, and they gave the details over the radio. It was very similar to what I just described. Black males, at the end of the day, he's walking through the neighborhood, and the officer cleared back over the radio and said, 10-4, just let a supervisor know I'm going to call this person, the complainant, first, and see what other information they have, because I don't see any indication of anything other than this person being black and walking through the neighborhood. Just sort of like called it out and said, hey, I'm not gonna go and stop this person who's walking through the neighborhood and force them to have a police encounter because Karen is uncomfortable because she doesn't like black people in her neighborhood or whatever her problem is. And I always found it very encouraging that police officers, in my experience, they hated that kind of crap. It's a waste of time, and no honest, and not every police officer is good, but the majority that I met were, and they didn't want to waste their time dealing with Karen's crap. So I think we're all tired of Karen's crap, even the police. So stop it, Karen. That's enough.